We have seen leaks today of what could well be the Apple Watch Pro, and I have many questions. Most begin with W. What is this? Why have they done that? And what the fuck? Want the latest Apple news, leaks and rumours? Subscribe and ring the bell. So here's what we can see. The Apple Watch Pro appears to have a weird growth on the side of it, and let's take a little bit deeper of a look into these images.
Now, this is just really odd looking. I mean, I can't quite work out what's supposed to be going on here. There's a kind of, like, basically the same shape as the notch that we have on the iPhone 14 Pro and Pro Max. That kind of pill shape is sticking out of the side where the digital crown is. The digital crown looks a lot pointier than before, I guess is the best way of it. It looks more cog-like rather than being, I don't know, kind of smooth and knurled. It looks very much like it's a much deeper thing. But then that digital crown itself is sort of protected around the side, and the button is sitting a little bit further out. And if we look as well at the display itself, it seems to actually sort of curve up and towards the display as if it's coming completely flat with it. Now, there's a few reasons that I feel like this has the design that it does. That display coming out and sitting sort of flat, but with a kind of protrusion, does suggest to me that this is designed to have cases overlaid over it. And the same with that protection around the digital crown. It looks like you would have a case that would come up flush, and then your button, your side button on the Apple Watch would kind of just sort of, the casing would stop there, and the front, perhaps that's the only place where you can actually access the digital crown, but you could cover the side of it. I'm not sure if this is going to be ruggedized, which I really wasn't convinced until I saw this. It does look like Apple might even include their own kind of casing that goes over it, or they have first-party cases that you can put on top of this. But I just think it's going to look really ugly with anything kind of plasticky over it. All of the leaked designs, which I'll throw a couple on the screen now, they just look overly chunky, sort of weird 80s Casio watch kind of aesthetic, rather than being anything that's aesthetically pleasing or in some way adds additional functionality beyond, physical protection to this thing. And I think the physical protection should be kind of taken care of by the metal. With iPhones, Apple doesn't specifically design the iPhone in order to take a case around it. It's just a very strange look for me. And some of the case designs look like they're also going to accommodate an extra button on the far side. Now, we can't see that on this render image that we have in front of us, but it seems very much like that is actually either a workout-specific button, which whether that's going to be for lap timing, or if it's going to be for starting a workout, or maybe there's going to be Touch ID here somewhere, I don't know. If anywhere was going to have Touch ID, I would say it would be the one next to the digital crown, because if you're going to bring that up really flush and out away from the display on a watch that you're potentially going to put some sort of weird plasticky rubberized case over, then you would definitely want to be able to have physical access to that button, rather than, as we've had in the past, cases that would kind of cover over that, like with an iPhone case where it actually covers your volume buttons and things like that, and the side button on the iPhone. That, I think, is also part of the reason that we've not seen the side button on the iPhone adopt any sort of Touch ID yet. Maybe we'll see that in the next SE. So what on earth do you think is going on here? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments.